Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the PivotBoss pre-market video for Thursday, March 24th, 2022. I am Frank Ochoa, aka PivotBoss. Here's a look at the daily time frame of the ES. One thing you'll notice here, a very narrow range heading into today's session. Right now, trading just 37% of average range. 10-day average range is 96.5 points. We're at 35.5 at the moment. We also have a narrow 4-day range in development at the moment as well. So if we bring this down here and drop it down to 4, we can quantify that range and see that it is 46% of average. Here we'll put it right back where we had it. And right there, that suggests that we could have a move of about 260 points up ahead. Now, one thing to keep an eye on here is that the first 2 days that traded above composite VWAP were offered here as well, ever since it was taken offered here. This is U.S. fiscal year plotting VWAP on a composite basis. So again, to build this modest range up here at these highs, do we get some sort of pullback? Additionally, after yesterday's selling pressure, morning strength could be sold here for a shot at new lows later on. Perhaps we get a shakeout leg of some sort. And if so, can we find a higher low? Because a higher low after this strong move over the last week could be tremendous for another push higher up ahead toward 4,600. So right now, watching to say which way we go here. But this range could be in play, and we could be within the range until proven otherwise here. Above 44.80 will begin to squeeze the rest of the day. Let's take a look here at the NQ. The NQ looks very similar here. Narrow 4-day range. You can see it down here. A 4-day range expansion would take you to nearly 1,200 points here. 1,200 points of movement. Again, can we get some sort of shakeout here to the downside that ends with a rejection? If so, higher lows would be very, very bullish right now, especially on testing the 8 period from above, and that could open up a short-term continuation back toward 15K to 15,250, the next major zone above. So right now, still in the range, and if we can get ourselves some movement one way or another, we could get ourselves a strong pivot and begin to look for expansion toward those 125% ADR targets. Let's take a look now at crude oil. Crude oil here continues to push to new highs. 116 is the high today. Above 116 begins to open up that upper half here, but you can see uptrending market so far. Very clear in that we've had high range day, compression day, high range compression, high range compression, high range compression. Perhaps Friday here we get a continuation up heading into the weekend. So right now, again, not a market to fade. Instead, every pullback is an opportunity to push this thing higher until proven otherwise. Let's take a look now at Bitcoin. You'll notice Bitcoin here continues to compress. We still have the development of the rounded bottom in Bitcoin, and still holding below 44K. You also have that 46K, which is the major level here, so we may still have a little bit more upside here. And we could continue to trade between 41 and 46 before we see some sort of resolution here. If we can get a transition day through 46K, it could finally open up a tremendous rally up ahead. But until then, we could continue to chop back and forth within this well-defined range here until proven otherwise. Let's take a look here at ETH. Ether futures here looking very similar to Bitcoin. Very good range that has developed here recently. 3,300, the upper end of that range. But anything above 3,000 has been offered here pretty recently. All of these levels between 3,000 and 3,300. Each of them here offered back down. So again, we could continue to see a bit more short-term upside, but we are heading into resistance with a shot to fade back toward value. We could remain within this range until proven otherwise, but once we're able to transition back above 3,300, that could open up quite a move back up. And again, this key range will give us the major targets above, which currently are 40.41 and 46.69. All right, that is it for now. We'll see how this plays out heading into the rest of the session. Good luck, trade well, and I'll see you in the trading room. Take care.